My name is Alexander, and I am ready to succeed.
My name is Keith, and I'm focused.
My name is Kylie, and I am determined.
My father is actually an immigrant from Hungary. So he was born in a little village called Sokolya. So he came over in 1980 or 1981. He learned English entirely from reading a book, and just came over here to find the opportunity. And so what I think was important that they passed on to us was the importance of self-motivation. You know, someone will not always be behind you, pushing you to the next step. So you have to do that for yourself, and you have to want to be better. You have to want to be the best.
So I grew up in a very small town. I'm an only child, so it's kind of this typical life, I guess. I played tons of sports in high school, tennis being my favorite. So that was definitely probably one of the biggest parts of my life. Well, I knew I wanted to do something in the medical field, either medical school or now I'm doing optometry school. So I knew St. Vincent had an excellent science program. And I went to a Catholic high school, so a lot of our graduates went to St. Vincent actually. So I always heard of it around and always talked about it. So I decided I'll go on a tour here, and I just absolutely fell in love with it.
I work full-time. I'm a musician, part-time student at Elizabethtown College through their School of Continuing and Professional Studies. I did some research and I found that Elizabethtown College had an accelerated degree program for adults, which I could definitely fit into my schedule. And with that, I chose to go back for business administration.
There are even more opportunities out there, especially for attending university, as it's kind of woven itself into the fabric of, you know, life, and it's almost more expected. So I think we should feel lucky that there are more and more opportunities out there for young people to actually have the education.
College is very expensive. I guess I never thought about it, honestly, my first 3 or 4 years here, because I was kind of just doing my schoolwork going along. And now that I'm getting older, I'm realizing I'm gonna have to start paying off my loans and doing things like that. So it was very eye-opening, filling out my own FAFSA for the first time and doing things like that. Definitely eye-opening, a little scary.
Some of the scholarships I've received have, helped take that burden off, and so I'm not deferring the payment, for the next 10 years. It's something that I'm taking care of right now, which is really important. I think it really helps you make the experience a lot more affordable, and it's one less thing to worry about.
Just from receiving scholarships through St. Vincent, my tuition has been dramatically reduced, which allowed me to go to graduate school, allowed me to pursue my degree in optometry. So for me, it's been, incredible, because I'm able to actually do more and further my education because I didn't have to pay as much back. So it really helped me a lot. Optometry school is very expensive, so to have some of my St. Vincent debt lessened was a really big deal for me, because now when I graduate optometry school, I'm not going to be in as much debt. I can kind of start working, get my own practice, and get my feet under me instead of having to pay all these bills back right away. So it was definitely going to be very helpful.
I would start with a preface to say that I understand that there are many pressures to give money here or there, but to think in the long term is I think what any responsible policymaker should do. So the young people are the future. I think it's pretty obvious. You have to invest in that the same way that you save money for a later date, because that's when you will need it more.
Should take into consideration that we are the future leaders, and if we aren't getting educated, then it really affects everybody. So I think it's really important. I know I probably wouldn't be able to be an eye doctor or pursue my dreams unless I had some of that. So I know for me personally, it's very relevant, and I think for the rest of society, it's very relevant also. It's very important.
I am independent.
I am independent.
I'm independent.